Me did the chua, and maybe I'm discovered for you, Pakuma Busia for Ghana. No, me used to tap send. No fee mobile money transfer. Eye easy, convenient, fast, and sounds so free. Won't you share? Me discover ye map him. Tap send. Intienne, also download the tap send app no ever mobile phone so free. Nefesi kakomu abusuya for Ghana for na. Tap send. Papa no.
Everybody check now. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. Green select glucometer, check it. Sugar level, check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Posigee, right? Maybe producers, for those who might not know Posigee, you can share some of his photos for them to know that this is the man called Posigee. He has been around the industry, produced some of the greatest hit songs we have in our game. He is still working with some of the top artists in Africa, including Wizkid, Sarkodie, and just mentioned them. He said, artist management in Ghana has no formula. Artist management in Ghana has no formula. Like a buga style. So sorry now in artist back now Dinechi. That is what he's saying. And now, interestingly, there is something I want you to know. Maybe my panel members would agree, maybe they will not agree. We go on to discuss. When it comes to artist management in Ghana, there is no formula in doing that. And I'm so happy I have artist managers in our midst as well. At least Kojokin here is an artist manager. Before saying is an artist manager. Yeah, Grace is an artist himself. Since they are saying there is no formula, he can even tell me whether it is true or not. I'm sure me never started with.
Okay.
Posigee said artist management in Ghana formula be any. Is it factual?
Greetings to the viewers of Base One TV. I think, sir, many are dream to a certain extent.
Okay.
Because this thing, me myself, have been talking about is, Ghana, I'm a castle, we don't even have managers. I say around boys, and you want more. Because you can't manager, me fun to say, a manager for any bigger company, like the Nimu Ghana, ABMT, and other brands. So I don't make fun. Now the back artist. It roles ne functions no similar, just a certain dynamics and a system.
Okay.
So your basically be at the basic functions of a manager will be like planning, leading, organizing, and controlling. Whether or any field that I want, these functions you have to perform it. And ask yourself, say how many artist managers in Ghana are doing these functions of planning, or leading, or organizing and on controlling.
Or executive.
Yes, it doesn't happen. A artist or no namna or no choice so you way. Also, but you don't have that full capacity as an artist manager because minimum artists be about publicity say, oh, this is my manager. I sign on with a proper contract, so you are a manager of this said artist. Me who be the ISA industry, maybe I a blogger. You have links to radio stations, you know industry people, no ni partner for the say oh your manager. And they know say it is a requirement of the trade. So they decorate you as a manager. But no you're around but when you say so he needs a manager. That gap I say a count. But as to whether you are acting as a manager, that is the bigger question. It ye need be wahanum aye buga and being a manager is not just ye do one tra eka. It comes with certain skills. It's you know as to whether they have those skills you know and then a question you know say be me wo industry no ma minim Sammy Flex minim DJs minim all the locations of our radio stations and TV stations. It's you know so family say me your manager I can connect you me apply interview or base one me do better Sammy Flex TV so me do better radio so that is a manager in Ghana. That is the basic requirement I but issues of planning and forecasting who say brand way no quite ben so na ebetimi a position brand way to the be sustainable enkoye say 1 year pe na brand no hit rocks no and no na the work of a manager it you know so be manage a bigger company can't talk of all the bigger institutions in Ghana when we say you are the manager and you joke
market right yeah
and do the best music we know how music is and you say I grow the millions of dollars amount for cashing in for music so once you cast away artist manager it comes with all the prominence but you had no we can just see anybody and call him an artist manager because the artists themselves are not ready to take that aspect in serious. First, it does say be a car or no, obey be a man or no, a problem.
Okay.
And he prefers to obi no decorating it in the chis oh, when I am a manager, kohako pay interview, kohako yesi, kohako to Ibrahim, kohako to Ibrahim, nobody naturally. That's like I said, Ghana, when Omom so a manager pardon, you should come and say me manage as soon as I'm in charge. Or a little bit of
what you are talking about is does it include all the top artists like the Sarkodie, the Sammys, the Shatawales, the Stone Boys, and
Sarkodie and the manager
Angel.
Angel a planet a lead a control organize.
That is what we know.
The basic functions. No?
That is what we know.
I don't see it as such.
Oh how?
Oh no, me no.
You are not with them, so how do you say that you
I don't know. We are not with them, but afar no. Yes, you to me analyzing your man who say, no, this BBC this and your mercy and some BTC we can read between the lines because we mention say the word manager and the whether being it and no artist na abeka ho but manager need dey kra no ho it is your manager you be see who sa level of influence and they say no this is a manager but as you do one man no you drop it bar no and artists nankasa no they are not ready to allow themselves most of them are not ready to allow themselves to be managed. Okay. Because if obi be any company know who they need say for the company to move on mean to me all the expertise although I'm the investor but I need somebody who have that requisite knowledge I'll bet me I'm manage this company for me then you bring in the manager now manager this is the vision and the objectives of the company this is what we want to achieve so maybe what are your plans this is what I want to achieve but also no plan ben abeboa me achieve no because the investor don't know whether or new no pay. So artists and say I agree from here or from is a manager. ABI me person me brand no in the next be 2 years no way na me pay. So kwan ben so na obefa so as a manager no you bet me achieve sadi then me so me the strategy side at aba na dey go fam. But ha no ye ni bi wa no den say bi obi wo kwetena radio so a onim kasa na no den obetimi akasa say ne
abeya manfo
yes obedidi amanfo atem
oni amanfo be konto ama
exactly say ene say o show ama wa ene okwan bi obefa mama artist no kwana no perform but the bigger engine no so mu du ba bia na omni o managers anya problem o dey hwe ye top guys no du ba bia omo ne be start no be du ba bi no manya for because okodu level bi na afi o hiesia well organized artists or proper management who say tell us adwuma nya say na ti o go hope or obi or backstage no who say obi bi course we you read hanyama ko artists need to be kum enti obafia na me dey na me because the manager need that you know bet me do the next step no it won't no one any problem and we've seen it happen with Ghana ha do baby na artists we have to call certain people into their camp send about on be streamlining near maybe hiding ama in the first place no obi a manager so nya that requisite knowledge you should have a managerial skills and sorry they say most of them learn on the job obi work on core management onim any management idea bia or be a school knowledge and I say you're on the job but then also they do baby a very lucky there will be a deficiency there you know it's high time most of our artists here you know say you need a manager and not just an errand boy and obi odi what you can and I say a decorated manager but a real manager who understands the nature of the work who knows the nitty-gritties about management obetimi adwen a position or brand you know to a certain level because when we call managers of other companies no mu pull it up you see say yes this is level it you know and yes obi akeke na or tell obi na say cry bloggers oh ha no be afro I want you to manage me every now and then
because OTTV so
until the other and obi cry oh per manager or per executive producer across say me manager
okay
manager won't have to amika you employ me and you pay me me what do I me you nyame ma dream am the two me I'm working for you so whatever you want na me bo on achieve but if you need an executive producer or this guy about show it make us say even your top guys now be a Sarkodie Stoneboy Shatawale but be a what do you? We have top managers around even those who are working for these bigger institutions. You can call on any of them. Okay. I want you to do this for me. I'm not employing you as be a full-time manager, but if you're able to secure deals or do this for me, then maybe we strike about a percentage.
We split.
And they are professionals. They know their job because level now, what do you know? You need that manager who have that substance to put you through to the next level. Not your day ones or probably those who have learned on the job who lack that requisite knowledge of a manager. I agree with Posigee on that score.
All right, thank you so much. His name is Kojo King, one of my pundits here on the Sammy Flex Show live on Base One TV. Well, Forsen has been in the game with so much experience as an executive manager, and he is also a manager of so many artists here. Forsen, is there no formula in our artist management industry here in Ghana?
That's how there's a formula.
There's a formula.
If you're a proper manager, that's if you're a proper manager and you understand the rudiment of management, as Kojo was saying. But if you are, as they say, one of the day ones, okay, some of these artists make this mistake of always thinking, oh, I had my friends around me when I wasn't, when you know, I wasn't out there. Now that I'm out there, I want to show loyalty to my friends, so I want to keep them there. You are rather doing more harm to your friends than that, because you see, if the brand goes down, you are not the only person who goes hungry. If the brand goes down, it goes down with you and your friends.
Okay.
So it's better you get someone who understands the job to do it for you, so that you will progress. Now, when you progress, then you use that progress to help your friends.
Okay.
The fact that they were working with you from show to show, begging people to allow you to perform on platforms, doesn't mean they are managers. You get it. When the job gets to a certain level, you have to understand that now the job has gone to a level where I can't, my knowledge can no longer take me there. So I have to hand over. Yes, I have to hand over to the next to take over. Many people don't understand why Ghana always is looking for a certain kind of coaches. So there are certain places you need certain kind of people
to be there
to even get there. The confidence you need to even can your manager actually call Bola Ray that Bola, I want to come and have a meeting with you and my artists. Can your manager do that? Will Bola listen to your manager?
Will he give him audience?
Will he give him audience, not to even talk about you yourself? Because he has to give him audience first before you can. You get it?
Yeah.
Can your manager go to, you know, O2. Let's say O2. And go and strike a deal with O2 Arena. That I want my artist to come and perform here. Will your manager have that
courage,
charisma,
authority?
Oh yes. To walk up to EcoBank and tell them that have this artist, I want him to be your brand ambassador. Can your manager have that? You see, so if all these questions I'm asking, your manager cannot walk to Spotify and go and sit down with Spotify,
start a conversation,
and have a conversation that this is my artist. He's coming up with this project. What can you do to help my artist to make sure that he is giving the necessary, you know, clicks on your platform? Can your manager have that conversation? So the job is very academic. It's as academic as it is practical. It is not just me and my day ones. It's not just me and my friends. Which is how come most of our artists will remain here. Because the knowledge the people around them have to carry them is here. You get it, brother Sammy?
Yeah.
As for the work, there's a formula. The proper managers have formulas. You get it, that they are working with. Some managers think, okay, let me blow my artist's song. Some also believe that let me blow my artist. There's a difference.
As in the personality.
As the brand.
Yeah.
It depends on what the management wants to focus on. Whether you want to focus on the songs of the artist or you want to focus on the artist's brand itself. They all have their advantages and disadvantages. So there's actually a formula. It depends on what you want. I haven't really sat down with George Britton to talk about how he's managing Camido. You get it? And for your information, I must say, Camido must blow this year. Camido must be as big as Whiskey.
We are all praying that he blows.
Yes. Most of you don't understand why anytime I sit here, I mention Camido. I haven't had any discussion with George Britton or anything. I just want that gentleman to become big.
No, he will blow. It is obvious.
Because I think Camido can match Whiskey any day. Any day.
Take your time.
I'm not taking my time.
I'm going. They'll say you are doing Ghana Niger competition.
I'm doing it. I want the Nigerians to go and look for Camido and listen to Sugar King, and then they will know that he's doing very good songs.
Okay.
I haven't sat down with Camido's manager George Britton, but I think I have a fair idea the strategy. He's focusing more on building a solid brand, not just blowing a song. He's building a brand that will last longer. So you can never tell me a manager like George Britton doesn't have a plan. I don't want to talk about Sugar Lord because he's my artist. Yeah. You get it? You cannot tell me that a manager like George Britton doesn't have a plan. Clearly he has a plan. And from ending part of last year, if you are also a manager, you understand the rudiment of the game, you could see clearly that this is someone who is going somewhere. And he needs that kind of support. You get it? So it depends on the kind of people you surround yourself with. Management has a plan. So nobody should think that Ghana here, the formula no deal. You can blow it. Yes, that's how come some people blow. Yes.
So that plan, where did it come from? Like in what books?
You see, that's the thing about management. Management, you only go to school to study the principles of management. But when it comes to the work itself, every work you are doing, how to manage it, it depends on the work itself. That's why managers are different. If there was a book that the management plan has been drawn in, everybody can just take it and read it and become a manager. But sometimes the person managing and how to devise a formula to manage your artist in which space is very important, which is why you need a manager who is more intuitive, someone who thinks deep, someone who has studied the industry. This Ghana industry needs to be studied. Before you become a very good artist manager in Ghana, you need to really study the industry. You need to study what a decanfono you feel say wamanye ni ye and then you ye ni ye so obetimi esua edibia ye den account. So the formula is not written in any book.
Okay.
The formula is experiences that managers have picked from all over the place. If you're a manager, you are managing resources, talents. You are managing even cash flow and how cash comes in.
Yeah.
You are managing all those things. So you can't tell me I'm your manager. We are going for a show that is paying you 30,000 Ghana cedis. But then we are renting a car for 40,000 Ghana cedis. And we are going to buy, the costuming alone is 10,000 Ghana. Then I'm not a good manager. Management must also think about how to allocate the resources very well. So the manager takes care of all the other people in the value chain. That's the publicists, even the social media person, the bouncers, everybody. So which is why a bouncer can walk up to a studio and go and harass an artist that you owe me. It shows clearly that artist doesn't have a manager.
Shout out to Boss Cooling.
If the artist
there was a manager.
Then that's what Kojo is talking about. If there is a manager, it is the manager who recruited the bouncer. So the bouncer doesn't even have any business to do with the artist. To do with the artist. Bouncer shouldn't go to artists to collect their money. The bouncer has everything to do with the manager. Because it's the manager who employed the makeup artist, the bouncer, to work for him, the manager. Do you get it? I get it. To work for me. Yeah, I owe you. The artist doesn't even know you. Yeah. The artist doesn't even know what transpired between us. But here in Ghana, most of the artists are the managers. They are the CEOs. And if they have some cronies around them who sing their praises. And they tell the manager what to do. That's why Kojo is calling them errand boys. But if there's a manager who has been properly, engaged with a contract, that in your contract, yours is to make sure we are having gigs to play. And if we have gigs to play, yours is to make sure we play the gig. Making sure we play the gig means you make sure our transportation is covered, our costuming is covered, you make sure the team, even the performances, is intact. You make sure you've done, your feasibility studies. You've moved ahead to even go and check where we are performing. It is the manager's job. That doesn't mean he does it or he or she does it alone. It means the manager must have a team to send. You go and do this and come and give me reports. We have to have story writers who write stories, we read through, send it to the bloggers. The bloggers shouldn't call the artist. You see, the bloggers shouldn't say this artist is stingy. It's not the job. It's not the job of the artist to be giving money to bloggers or DJs. No, it's a relationship between the artist and the management and the third parties. So, which is why some bloggers and even DJs and producers, presenters sometimes feel like this artist passed by, he didn't even greet me. Do you get it? Most often out there, the artists don't even know the presenters. They don't even know the DJs. Yeah. But when they go for places, it is the job of the manager, who is always close to the artist, to be telling him, Sammy Flex is coming. Sammy, that is Sammy, the one in yellow. Yeah. Say hello to him. Yeah. That is. Do you think the artists know everybody? No, they're always working with somebody who is telling them, yeah, that's Shatawale. Shatawale's manager is coming. Go and say hello. Yeah, his wife gave birth last week, so you can congratulate him. Yeah. This is the job. Plus, when I'm working with Sugar Lord, this is my job. I come here, I deal with all of you. Sugar probably doesn't know Posigee. Sugar probably doesn't know Lapiji. Sugar probably doesn't know Jata. But when Sugar comes, and when Lapiji is actually, Lapiji never knows, some guy and actually Kochian and a year won't rap. Lapiji young win rap. No, then he approaches and says, "Oh, yo, Charlie Lapi, what's up, Charlie? I hear say your wife give birth. Charlie, congrats, man. See it."
He goes with that impression, Charlie guy.
This thing is a show business. We are showing something. We are showing impression. We are showing this. So if you don't have a manager who understands the business in this way and does it totally, then you are just working with people who are singing your praises. So that's it. That's for the formula. It is there. Okay. But the formula is not written in book. Everybody has their own formula that works for them according to what their purpose is. If your purpose is to blow a song, you can blow a song and people will not even know your artist. Like the way this song was all over the place.
Chocho Mucho.
Chocho Mucho was all over the place. And up to now,
I know that's what you wanted to say.
Up to now, I still don't know the face of the person. Yeah, I know the bless, but I don't know the face. If I meet him here right now, pass.
You pass.
Because I don't know the face. You get it? And there was a time I was looking for him to play a show. Look, I combed around. Nobody gave me the number of who is managing him or her.
Oh, at least we know it is him.
I don't.
At least we know it is him.
Okay, now you are saying it. Because I know another person called Blaise or Yoruba. But I mean, it was that difficult to find management of that gentleman.
Okay.
To get him to play a show, to collect money. Not for free, to collect money. Because the girls at the time loved this guy. Chocho Mucho. You know, and they were vibing with the song. And even if you're looking for him to book him, it's a problem. So your management numbers must be out there. Everybody must know. You have to make a public announcement. This is my manager. Anyone seeking to do business with me must go through this person. Then you see that the structures, the structures are working. Everything is working perfectly. So, Posigee, I agree with you. Those who don't have formula are those
who don't know
the game.
Okay.
But those who know what they are doing,
they have their formula.
They have their formula. So they are not even perturbed if they don't blow this year. They know they are going to blow.
Yeah.
Maybe next year, next 2 years, next 5 years. But they have a 5-year plan
to
go. Some of them are not even loud. But then they are making money low key for their artists. So there's a plan if you're a good manager. But there's no plan if you are just a follow back.
Okay, thank you so much, Stephen Forson, for that wonderful submission. Now, formula or no formula, you are an artist, and I'm sure, sir, you have enough experience to share on this.
I'll say Posigee is, right 50%, 50-50.
Okay.
If I say 50-50, all I'm trying to say is that there are good managers with the right formulas. And it might look like those people are not working hard because we don't have a system to support whatever they have to do and do it right.
Okay.
And if I say, so it's on a level where my brother would say the errands thing.
Errand boys.
Errand boys. I think, that one comes into play because at the end of the day, I think it has to do with every aspect in this country. People really can't sit back and let people manage their stuff for them. When I say people can't sit back, you put in some money, and the money you are putting in, you yourself, it's not even up to what it's really needed. So how do I bring somebody on board and pay the person to do the job for me? So then I know Mr. Forson, he manages an artist. So then let me tell my friend to ask Mr. Forson what he does for his artists. Then we can roll with that. So if that works for Mr. Forson, it doesn't mean that will also work for me. But just because Mr. Forson has done it and it worked for him, then it has become something that I have to use it. So when he says we don't have a formula, you can sit back and see almost every Ghanaian artist or most Ghanaian artists are working on the same level. Because we are working on the hearsay.
Yeah, looking at what the other person has done.
Person is saying. Mr. Forson just opened, something right now. I was watching a movie and I saw that in the movie. It was more about politics, but they needed somebody to take the party to the next level. And they brought someone in, and they have to go by what this person is saying. And it got to a point where whoever is leading the party has to go for a certain party. They sit down, and everybody that is walking in and everybody that is sitting in the auditorium, this guy is sitting by the leader, telling him, this is this person, he does this, he does this. This is this, this is this. That's where I realized, so the person don't even have to realize you don't know him. And that's the manager's job. When you ask me, I've been on a level where I choose someone as a manager, I take him, let's go out. We are at the show right behind the stage, waiting for me to go on stage. And the person I chose as my manager is out there having fun with his friend.
That's not chilly.
For me to have water,
And then the business.
no, his business.
Buy the water yourself at the roadside.
No, I had to.
That's what you person
Yeah,
wants you
I had to. It got to a point, the selection of my songs, he has no idea. I gave him, I told him, there's this folder, do this, do this. He comes back and tell me, Charlie, unless you do amo, then I must get up from where I am, work for everybody to see me, talking to the DJ, trying to get my stuff fixed.
Wow.
I want to get to this man. How can you get to this man? I catch you, I tell you, yo, this is the time this man comes here. He does this, he does this. I want you to go meet him, put this in front of this person. Then I get a call back, Charlie Gray, but you know how to talk to people more than I do.
The manager that you sent
Yeah.
to go do the talking
Yeah.
is telling you, you know how to talk to people.
Gray, you know how to talk to people more than I do. So why don't you just
Go and do the talking
go and
yourself.
do the talking yourself? So sometimes, yes, we the artists, it might look like we don't really want to work with the right people. In my case like this, I get people coming to me and telling me, Gray, I want to work with you. They want to work with the person they see on TV because of how I look. But when they get close, they don't understand there are hitches. They don't want to face what you're facing. They come with an agenda
mindset, yeah.
that makes you understand. So it got to a point, what I realized was all my projects was being worked in halfway. Because people come close to you, you start working, and to them, they will use you to get to where they want to get to. And as soon as they get close to you and realize it's not really what they
it
were
is.
thinking, then right now they have to pull off. As soon as they pull off, I am left alone by myself again as an artist. Then I have to find a way to gather momentum, then move again. Then you need a new squad. They also come, they face the same thing, see what is really going on, and they move. So it got to a point where I'm one of the artists who always ask,
What is
do
that?
we even have like that proper management thing? Because for my understanding of management, you don't even have to look at the person giving you money. You can just look at the person's art and see, I will use this person to also get here. And if this person is using me to get where they want to get to, then I'm also benefiting, because at the end of the day, they are lifting my brand. But in this case, people that really do the job, I'll say like Mr. Forson's Great Concept, I'll mention Richie.
That's linked.
Yes, I'll mention Bam, D Black. I'll mention Bullet and other, managers working hard. I'll say these people are working so hard to the extent that we must see them to be magicians, because they are working with no system. They know what they must do. And if there's a system there to support these people, Charlie, this industry will tend to a level where we won't even sit back and think, say, we are not getting to where we want to get to. Because there's no system for these people doing the right things.
But they
So
are doing
sometimes they must also use the booga booga. Mr. Forson is doing the right thing. But with the system he's in right now, he has to find somebody who is radical to go and do the radical job. And when he gets to the sitting down,
Yeah.
then Mr. Forson will
comes
come
to do the
and
talking.
come and sit down.
Do
It doesn't mean
do
he
the
doesn't know-
diplomacy.
it doesn't mean he doesn't know what he's doing.
I know, right?
He knows what he's doing, but sometimes for where he comes from, he must do those norms. You understand? So we artists sometimes, don't understand what management is, because we grew up in a system where the person you are following, sometimes, I haven't said this before, but let me chip in this. I followed Reggie Rockstone.
Okay.
Reggie was so passionate, and that is where he ended. If Reggie had proper management team who was working for Reggie Rockstone, I think I'll be one of the smartest people at that time.
Because you were
Because I'll see it and I'll learn it. But I was an artist under him, and he was just passionate about what he's doing. So I also learned that.
You guys were just working with
We were just working. You are there and they call you, Charlie, there's a show, you charge. Then the money comes in. So the money where it come in, what are we going to use it for? I never had some. With problems, the problems plenty past the money they come. So there's no time say money come. We save some for with the work we are doing, and this goes here. I never sat down to see people sitting down doing this for me to say, I have to learn this. I never did. Then I had to be on my own. I remember when I was in the group Mobile Boys, when we go for a show and we are going to perform, somebody might be, hey, Mr. Fossey, what's up? As soon as I realize, oh, so that's the guy, then I'll get up, go, greet, shake, take numbers. When I come back, Kochoko and Nkonya sometimes start laughing at me. Charlie, you, everywhere we go, before we go stage, you sweat. Because I'm hearing names and I don't know these people. I hear them on radio and I want to meet these people and I hear and I'm coming to you and they already know me and sometimes they shock how I am moving towards them. And I can tell you today, it is these people I am walking on today and they see me like, just because of how you related to me years back, that is why I'm doing this for you. So then I realized, back in the day when they were laughing at me like, with the show beer, you be answer me about performing, and it got to a point when I was trying to bring Mobile Boys back. I got a show for us, and I'll say, Charlie, yeah, we'll show you about S concert, and Kochiko asked me, what is S concert?
Because when we're industry, he didn't learn the industry.
No.
He was just following his passion.
About we are famous, and Charlie, what are you telling us? We are Reggie. We know, like everywhere we go is us.
Yeah.
So what are you talking about? But when it got to me that I have to stand on my own, I realized I needed these people. And that's why I always say, I remember when D Black would come to me and be like, Great, do you have your music, your video on YouTube? And I'll be like, YouTube. I remember I told him, no, but my friend, we say go put for there. And D Black was really angry. I didn't understand him. Because I'm famous. And you're telling me about YouTube. If it has to be on YouTube, someone would do it. I didn't know it was our job to sit down. So I can tell you for a fact, Mobile Boys, we don't even have pictures. If you Google Mobile Boys right now, it'll be hard for you to find pictures because we were out of the system. We just follow. We are sleeping and all we do, they call us, yo guys, you just show. So they go come pick you people 12 o'clock, we dress, they come, pick us, we get there. People call us and give us funds, then we are happy, we perform, we get back home, sleep, do our thing.
Oh, but this is true. I just Googled Mobile Boys.
You won't get anything.
Okay, let me add Ghana musicians to it. Maybe that will give
If you find, then you find some old picture with me on Afro, and that picture I know who took it. The person who took it is me from GhanaMusic.com. And he really called us that, yo, you guys don't get pictures, so you guys stand. And by force, we took that picture. If it wasn't for that picture,
so there's only one photo I see.
This
like
is the
three,
picture.
Yeah, three of you.
This picture. And this is the only picture
that's
we
the
have.
only picture.
And
That's
he took this picture. That time he was working with George Britton.
No, it's true. That's the only photo there.
So you see what we did to ourselves. Because the person we are following,
management,
everything,
that really knew the job.
we will have all this. So when I go to places and people be like, I don't know Mobile Boys, I just have to shut up.
Yeah.
Because visibility-wise, we really didn't
was
want
not there.
to put ourselves there. We thought it would just be there because we are famous. So when it comes to this level, I want managers and people who wish to be managers to understand that Ghanaian artists need the help. We really don't know what we want. We really don't know what we want as Ghanaian artists, from the smallest to the biggest. Because if his Posigee is saying this, in a way, Sarkodie is also falling short. Because as big as Sarkodie is, there are certain things that the brand must be able to do, but we don't see it. And yes, I can say for a fact that maybe we don't see it because we don't have a system that is supporting such huge, talent and stuff like that.
Well, thank you so much, great, for this wonderful submission. I'm sure when it comes from the people who are the movers and shakers of the game, then you know that it is no lie. Someone will say, where are the lies? No lie detected.